Hey guys, it's your girl Jazzy Mango, and welcome to the Jazzy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. I am so excited today. We have a wonderful guest. We have Mrs. Regan Farley. And guys, she does it all. She's a philanthropist, she is a publicist, and so much more. But I'm not going to talk her up too much because I know she's going to come on board. Oh, she already joined in. So this is amazing, guys. I do want to touch a little bit on the Breonna Taylor situation. I know a lot of our hearts have been broken and we've been discouraged, and a lot of us channel our anger in different ways. Whether it's rage or it's, crying or it's emotional. The verdict for me was just very emotional. It wasn't anything that I didn't expect, unfortunately, but it's like I'm just so sick and tired of black women just having to go through so much just to prove the story is correct. Even with the whole Megan Thee Stallion situation, it's like you gotta give receipts, you gotta do all of this just to prove something. None of us were there, so we don't know what actually happened. And in the Breonna Taylor case, let's just start from the top, as into how these police officers, number one, went into the wrong home. Already that's a problem. And you mean to tell me that her life didn't matter more than the frightenedness from the neighbors next door because of the gunshots? I have a problem with that. And if you guys know me, you know that I'm very by any means necessary. I don't care about the riots. I don't care about things that are getting ruined and people are feeling like, oh, this is a property. If you feel that property is over a life, I have a problem with that. These things are replaceable. You can get another Walmart. You can get another corner store. You can get all of these things, but somebody's life taken from this world too soon, you can never get that back. So I hope you guys are registered to vote. I wanted to kind of touch on that too. I know everybody is registered to vote, and maybe some of you guys, this is your first time voting or you haven't voted before. And the most important thing, if this is your first time voting or you really don't understand the judicial system, is your local officials are the ones that's going to be able to change things in your county, in your city, and in your area. Yes, on the national level, a lot of things, can take place as well. But if you want better schools, if you want safer environments, all of that stuff, food, or and all of those things, those derive from your local city councils. So when you guys are looking at the ballot, make sure that you are looking at the ballot for the local city council so you guys can vote for them. I don't know where you guys stand, my audience. You guys can put it in underneath or in the comment or DM me where you stand with the voting. I guess I want to know from you guys, do you feel like us voting is going to change anything? Do you feel like we've been fighting for nothing? Do you feel like even though there's been change, things have still remained the same? Because a lot of the times it feels like that. It feels like all of the marching, it feels like all of the, protests are sometimes in vain. We got to kind of switch it up and maybe do something different. For some reason, it really is difficult for our people to stick together. I've seen a little bit of change as far as when coronavirus happened, people buying black and trying to stay in the community and whatnot. But the thing that's important is this just can't be a day. This just can't be a week. This just can't be an hour. This has to be a continuing thing over and over and over again, because if it's not, a couple of dollars here and there is not going to flourish these people's businesses. We have to keep pouring into everybody's businesses. We have to keep looking for things. I know for me, I try to buy black all the time. Black toothbrushes. I'm looking for black soaps. I'm looking for black markets. I'm looking for black farmers, black homes, black landlords. Black realtors. And it's difficult. Sometimes you just want to go. I'm not a fast food eater like that, but sometimes you just want to go out and you want to get some type of fast food. And for me, I'm just like, all right, who's black owned? Who's this? Who's that? And even though it's tedious, it's much needed because our dollars in the black community mean something. I went to one restaurant where they messed up my order. You know, I'm allergic to shrimp and fish, and I ordered a crab soup, and they gave me like a mixture. So I know a lot of people that probably wouldn't have went back to that black owned company because of the fact that they messed up the order. But how I took it as, I want to give my dollar. I want to give these people a chance to be able to change. You got to realize, like, people in that are black or colored, colored people of color. Let me get things correct. This is all new to us, owning things and buying things as of now. Like, of course we did it back in the day, but we're getting more and more into it, more and more entrepreneurs. And so you got to give people a chance. Just like when you go to Walmart or you go to McDonald's, you'll buy these things over and over and over again, even though your order is messed up. And we got to definitely do the same thing for our black owned entrepreneurs and black owned businesses. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to go ahead and plug in my girl, Regan Farley, for those of you here, because you were able to hear what I was actually speaking about on the topic. So I'm going to just plug you right in real quick. What is your stance on the Breonna Taylor verdict? How are you feeling?
I think at one point it really showed the value of black women in America. I used to work for the NAACP, and I spent 3 years there on a national level, doing communications, and we'll get into all of that, right? But to be on the front lines and see what a fight looks like for equal justice, and then to be on the sidelines looks like two completely different things. Two completely different things. And I just remember the things that I've seen during my time at NAACP. Seeing people marching, and it's funny what you said about elections, because elections have consequences. So it's easy to say, oh, I don't want to vote, or, you know, if my vote doesn't count. But what we also have to understand is that if you don't vote, excuse my French, is it okay if I curse?
Yeah, girl, yes.
Excuse my French. This shit is important. So if you don't vote, that is also something that won't matter either. So I think a vote not for Joe Biden and Kamala is a vote for Donald Trump and Mike Pence. So we want to be proactive there, because elections do have consequences. Like, can you imagine what those things look like? But yeah, as a black woman, to see that verdict just really showed to me what America thinks of us. Because sometimes you don't believe stuff like that until you see it.
Absolutely. I mean, I guess for me, I stopped being shocked after Trayvon Martin. I mean, of course, way before then. But for me, I stopped being shocked. Like, for that innocent teenager to nothing happened. George Zimmerman's still been doing criminal activity since that day, and nothing has happened to this man. I know for a fact this system is just not for us. It's not for us. And I guess my question for you is, what system can we implement where it can be for us? Because we're tired.
That's a good question. That's a good question. So I think that we got to get involved. Like, we have to get involved on the state, local, and federal level. It's easy to just say vote, but that means voting in the primary, being proactive, teaching it to your kids if you have kids, teaching it to your nieces and your nephews, and different things of that nature, because that's important too. Like, things are passed down from generation to generation. So yes, it's cool to have the new shoes and the be fly and to be all of all of those things, but it's also cool to know what's really going on in the world. I watch so much CNN, like sometimes I fall asleep with CNN on, just because I need to know what's going on. I want to have all types of conversations. So those things are important to me.
And it's funny that you said that, because you're a millennial as well. And sometimes I feel like millennials are stuck in this social media where they feel like social media is their CNN and ABC News. And the problem with that is it's keeping you in a bubble of going off of other people's opinions. Yes, these things are factual, but if someone puts up a meme to do this and to do that, we're just going to follow the meme to do this and do that. And we find, guys who's cheating on who got killed, all from social media.
But at the end of the day, none of that stuff matters.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So
At the end of the day, none of that matters.
It's very important, like you said, to get out there and vote, and definitely on the local levels, because
Yeah.
you, as being on the forefront, for me, protesting and
Yep.
signing petitions and going door
Yep.
to door, that
Yep.
is no joke. You know, you're scared, all types of things. I got my gun license. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm a woman. I'm alone, and it's like I just don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
Like you're in
You never
home by
know.
yourself or whatever situation. You never know. This woman was asleep in her home, and people came in, violated her house, and took her life. And you mean to tell me that the only verdict for that was the fear of the neighbors?
Crazy, right? Crazy, right? Like I
It's
remember.
like me and my family went back and forth with that. Like, if she would have survived, you know how much trauma that. Every time you move, everywhere you go, whatever children you have, you're always gonna be in fear of your life that one day somebody could come and try to kill you.
It's so sad. And so two things. Before I left the NAACP, we were in Alabama and we were protesting. Oh gosh, I cannot remember this. It is escaping me. But we were in Alabama and we were protesting. I would fly a lot nationally with the president of the NAACP at the time, and I couldn't believe that we were still singing "We Shall Overcome." Like the fact that we are still sitting here trying to overcome.
Some amazing stuff. We're on the subject of politics right now, and they try to get us. I'll just put that out there, but the devil will not win today. Okay, so I see her. She's joined in, and she's asking me. So we're gonna get this back together. Tune back in, guys. Come on.
Tap me in.
Okay, we here. They was trying to do things, but we
Girl,
good.
I'm like, what's going on? This never happens.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's crazy. It's because we were talking the right stuff too. I think that's why.
And not today on a Tuesday.
But yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, so a segue into basically what you do as a person. I know that you're a publicist, a philanthropist. You do so many different things, and you also been on so many different networks, and different platforms. So let us know that's just now tuning in who you are.
Yeah. And one, thank you so much for reaching out to me. Sorry, a little slow with getting it coordinated. My life is crazy, but thank you so much.
Same. It's kind of rain outside. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah. And thank you for sharing Black stories. So I do want to say that first. And just telling you who I am. So I am what I like to say. I'm a hustler. I'm a leader. I am a woman who is passionate about helping craft the narrative of stories of color. But also just being a creative, a free thinker, and all of those things. I left, so fast forward to, I left the NAACP in March of 2019. But I started my own agency. So I've always had my own agency, no matter where I've worked. I've done some work at Def Jam. I've done some work at NAACP, like I mentioned. I've also done some work at Universal Music Group and Fox. So I've lived in LA, I've lived in New York. I'm a Baltimore girl. I'm an HBCU graduate. But most importantly, I'm just simply Ray, publicist. I love life. I love sending that ladder back down to say, like, hey, if one can make it, we all can make it. And there's no greed there, right? Like, I know some people are so busy focused on competition, where I don't see competition. And I don't mean that in a cocky way. I mean that in a way of, girl, if we both do the same thing and I got a referral and I can help you out, let's get it. Why not? Because just as well as Black journalists are undervalued, Black publicists are truly undervalued. I'm on some of these red carpets sometimes, and I'm just like, yo, that's such and such. And as much as they scream Black power, they don't have a Black team member, or they don't have a Black publicist telling their story. It's crazy. It's crazy.
definitely might not have a Black woman, because that's always seems to, oh man, like you just touching so many things, because I feel like me and you are on the same page, because for me, I'm always giving alley-oops to people, whether or not involved or not. Whatever I know, like strength, or even if it's something that you had mentioned, like I wanted to get into and I know somebody, I'll give the alley-oop. But when it comes to like the other side, it's not always reciprocated. And like you said, I'm a hustler, so it doesn't really matter. We're gonna get it by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? But it would definitely help if people like me and you can bring on other people, or can, you know, brand other people, because a lot of people don't realize this industry is grimy and it's not for us. And so it I'm in the area and I see you and you're at the same event, we can look out for each other. I don't gotta be all by your side, but I'm just looking, okay, she across the room, all right, I'm just making sure she okay. Those things are important. Those things are important.
Those things are super important. And the thing that I always say, it doesn't hurt me to help you. Like, I can only get blessed from helping you. And then I can give you the sauce. So I tell my interns all the time and my junior publicists, I'm like, I can give you the sauce, but you got to create your own recipe. Take what I'm saying, apply it, go from there. And that's just what it is. But it don't hurt me to help another Black woman in PR. Like, I love that, because that's what we should be doing more of.
Absolutely. And so what made you start your business or your foundation? What made you start that? I know I'm hearing your backstory now, but what made you say, like, you know, I'm going to take on this? Because also you have mentioned pretty big platforms you were on, like Def Jam and also the NAACP, which means that you were spread very thin. So how were you able to balance the two?
Yeah. So I, like I mentioned, I lived in New York for a little bit. I lived in LA, and then I moved back home to Baltimore in 16 to work for the NAACP. Long and the short, though, I knew that I never wanted to continue to work for someone forever. So although I was at these amazing companies and I worked in these different places, long and the short, I knew that I wasn't going to stay those places. I knew that I needed to get what I needed from those places. And now I can say, okay, well, my team, we signed a contract for NAACP where I used to work to now be a client. Or, like that's how we rocking and rolling. Like, because one, we can only achieve more when we have a solid team. But then also, you got to be so good that people always want to work with you. So another thing. And then reciprocity is important. I hate when people will get what they need from you and then go to the next level. And I don't want to say not acknowledge you, but it's more so like,
yes, not acknowledge you.
Like, I'm
a platform with my name tattooed on your chest saying I did X, Y, and Z, but like, don't forget. Don't forget.
Yeah, and I'll say, I think that's why one of the reasons I won't say so successful, because I'm a very humble person. That's the one thing that you will learn about me. I will say that's why I've been able to move and shake in the spaces that I need to move and shake, because I never have a problem thanking that person that looked out for me. Because you never know. Like, one of my mentors is Kevin Frazier, and I went to Lincoln in Pennsylvania, which is an HBCU, but Lincoln sent me to live in LA. So I lived in LA twice. I lived in LA the summer of my senior year in college, and then I moved to LA a year after I graduated. But long and the short, Kevin Frazier paid to furnish my apartment. There was like some internship program at my school, but he fully furnished our apartments, and then he also paid our rent for the whole summer. So every single interview that I get, Jasmine, I'ma shout him out, because that's a Black man in entertainment and one of the most sought after host and entertainment. And I think the last time I seen Kevin was like over the summer. One of my girlfriends was like, hey, I'm working on a project. The guy's name is Kevin Frazier. And she said, I need your help with something. And I said, oh, I don't need no money from this, because that was a full circle moment for me. And I did it for free, because I couldn't imagine being out in LA trying to pay rent as a college student.
So expensive in general, you know what I mean? And especially trying to go the entrepreneurial route. Like, I want you to explain to people, because a lot of people are like, I just want to quit my 9 to 5 and I just want to, you know, own my own business. It is not that. And it's not, it's for me, it's been, you know, I moved out here my background is I moved out here from New York. I didn't know nobody. I didn't know anybody. And I moved out here for a play. I DJ as well, so I ended up staying here with an independent record label. And they sold it. They sold it to country singers. I went through a whole lot of stuff. My mom, every night, my mom said, "Thug it out. God ain't put you there for no reason." I said, "No, Mom. People are they this, that, and the third." She said, "I don't care. You can't come home. Thug it out." So I'm savings. I stayed out here for 3 years on my own savings, just started hustling, promoting, getting my name out here, because you can't come to somebody else's city and just think you're going to be the ish. You know what I mean? You got to pay homage. You got to go. I went to the DJ Gemini's, Deets Quicksilvers. I went to these people and to learn. And then, God bless years later, down the line, I ended up meeting Silk White, who definitely, like, we worked so close together, and he definitely put me in a lot of positions, because for me, acting was done. And he put me back into that. And then just from those different things and us using what we both had our strength in, we were able to create such a great production team. So I say this to say, being an entrepreneur and just, I had a 9-to-5, and I used all that 9-to-5 to input. I wasn't going out. I wasn't going on trips. I wasn't getting the fanciest things. Like, whatever I had. I'm going to make it fancy because I'm me. But people don't understand this is not a game. You can't go on trips when you're trying to save for houses. We have to own things. You got to own nothing in this country. You ain't got to see nobody.
Most entrepreneurs broke until they really make it. Most entrepreneurs are broke until they really make it. So we glorify entrepreneurship. And honestly, it is one of the greatest things that I've ever done. But I will also preference that to say, excuse my French, back to cursing again, I'm crazy as shit. Like, I gotta have some level of crazy, because when someone tells you no, and you're gonna hear that no, but I'm like, all right, motherfucker, I heard you, but I'm not listening to that no. Like, I'm gonna go out and get it, like you said, by any means necessary. So I might have heard you say no to me, but okay, cool, like, whatever. yeah. So
or I'm gonna figure it out, and if I figure it out, it's about to be killed.
Every single day you have to wake up and try. And we're gonna take try out of the vocabulary, but every single day you gotta wake up and do. And then on top of that, managing a team, and then managing the people under the team. Yes, that's one of my who is that? Tanasia. Tanasia is a member of.
It's so many people. I keep seeing things. I love y'all. Thank you guys.
Yes. I have a group called The Link, and it's for entrepreneurs that, maybe they don't necessarily need PR now. And I do it with one of my good girlfriends. She's a business coach. So it's myself and her. And Tanasia is one of our classmates or Link, participants. So shout out to her. But she's right. No means not now. Delay is not denial. So I heard that no, but let's get it.
Definitely. So I want to touch on this. How important is it for you and the people on your team to understand the position they play? Because a lot of times people say they want a team, they get a team, and the teammates don't understand everyone has a position. Everyone on the football field, baseball field, basketball field have a position. We can't all play the same position. And if we do, one of us going to have to sit out on the bench until the next one tag you in. So it doesn't matter. There could be different people playing, but you got to realize you got to wait your turn. And if we all are trying to get somewhere, you got to realize that down to the janitor, up to the CEO, everyone's position is important.
I love that. And sorry, I had to go find my phone charger because this is about to die.
You good.
I love that. And I think, one, you as a CEO and a leader, because everyone wants to be the boss. And I tweeted this earlier, so it's funny that you and I are talking about this. Everyone want to be the boss, but everybody's not working. And that's okay, because it takes, like you said, it takes different people to be on a team. It takes the assistant. It takes the intern. It takes the janitor. But everyone has to learn to play their role. And I think that that's very important, because as a leader and a CEO, you have to empower other people. So down to my interns, I'm like, no, your opinion matters. Say something, do something. Don't don't just take what I'm saying for face value, but take that information and apply it. So it starts with empowering your people and empowering your team, for sure.
Absolutely. What do you have coming up in the near future right now? What are you working on at this moment? I know multiple things.
I just signed one of the biggest, and I'm not going to cry on live with you right now, but I just signed the biggest contracts of my independent career right now. And it's prayer every day, and my business partner. So like, it's about finding those people that will grow with you, and finding those people that'll kill it with you, and no ego. But me and my business partner, we just signed a really major contract, and I cannot wait to talk about it, because I'm like, this little Black girl from Baltimore who they probably said wasn't going to make it, who got fired from multiple jobs and started her own thing. This Black girl right here, it's crazy. So I'm blessed, and we got a lot of stuff coming up, for sure.
I'm like grateful, and if you need anything from me, or for the Red Carpet Lounge, definitely let me know. Anything else, I'm definitely here for you. And I know a lot of people say that, but I mean that, girl. I'll do 17 things in one.
Same. I need to put you on, and I will do that as soon as. And shout out to Luna Bella Lashes as well. I've done with Luna Bella Lashes. They have amazing lashes. The young lady is dynamic, so please check them out. Follow them as well. But as far as what I have coming up, let me grab, because we always got right. Let me just do a quick one.
I appreciate everybody that has tuned in. Like, I appreciate y'all so much. I usually feel so this live is giving me life.
So I have a journal. I have a few. So I have a journal available on Amazon, but this is my latest. Okay. And that's my photography girl.
Okay, bet.
Okay. So this is my journal. It's available on Amazon. It's called Always Forget the Sunlight. So it is things where you can reflect, because I'm a big journal person. So self-reflection prompts, some quotes, all of that good stuff. That's available on Amazon. I also have a journal called Can't Knock the Hustle. I have a t-shirt line called Paid Over Popular. I have the link bundle, and that's just a few things. I won't bore y'all, but everything is inside of my, if you go to my.
No.
Huh?
So you're not boring us. We trying to buy Black. We need to know.
Yes. But if you go to the link on my Instagram page, it'll take you to all of those different pages.
Thank you so much. Well, we appreciate you here at the Jazy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. I'm so excited we got to link up. We're going to link up after this, too.
Yeah, because you're where? You're in DC, right?
I'm in Laurel.
You're in Laurel?
The studio's located in Laurel. But I'm everywhere, because I film in Baltimore and in DC. And I've been filming a lot, actually, in Virginia right now. But
there's a spot that check out called The Gathering Spot when it opens. I'm a member there. I'm going to send you the information, because it's great for networking.
Okay, awesome. That sounds amazing. I'm so excited. Well, guys, thank you for tuning into the Jazy Mango Red Carpet Lounge. You can follow me everywhere at JASZY, Mango Like Your Favorite Fruit. And make sure you guys check out goodtogofilms.com, and also check your girl out on Amazon on Hold Me Down. I'm doing a new launch for my website, for my clothing line, Jazy Mango Curvy Fit, for sexy fitness apparel. I know you guys have been buying a lot, and I really appreciate you, but I'm about to come out with a little mini section with jackets and also a new jumpsuit. Launch will be coming soon, but they are here for purchase if you guys are interested. Jazy Mango Curvy Fit. You can follow me on Instagram. I appreciate you guys so much. I love you. And I'm going to let Ray go on and plug in all her stuff, her website, where you can find her at, and where you can buy that book, because we need the bag.
Yes. So my bomb graphic designer who created my website is on. So hey, Erica. My website is reganfarley.com. My Instagram page, Rate a Publicist. I'm Rate a Publicist on Twitter as well. You can check out my books on Amazon if you type in Regan Farley. What else we got going on? And then I'm also on Gumroad under Rate a Publicist. So yes, check me out. Support your girl. If you're looking to be a client right now, I'm not taking on new clients, but that should be resuming soon. So thank you so much, Jaszy. I really appreciate it. Let's do it again sometimes.
Well, one more thing. If somebody's looking to be on your team or intern for you, how would they contact you for that?
They can do info at Regan, Regan Farley.com.
Okay. You guys heard it from lady's mouth herself. So make sure you guys are tuned in, and definitely go and follow Ray after this and see what she's got going on, because she's always got something going on. You hear me? And you know your girl, we'll be back next Tuesday. Mwah. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, as you guys could see, I started getting my pot and my water already, steaming it up. I added a little bit of the seasonings inside, so I'm gonna wait till it get a little bit